Well, fellow pilot, congratulations. You're about to accomplish something that less than 1/2% of the U.S. population has done. You're about to become a private pilot. It's a tremendous achievement, one of which you can truly be proud.
Now, probably the first thing you'll feel like doing as soon as the examiner has signed your certificate is to take someone special up for a flight. It might be a spouse, a significant other, maybe a child, perhaps a good friend, but whoever it is, you'll want them to share your aviation enthusiasm now and in the future. Well, here are some tips to make sure they love flying with you and look forward eagerly to each flight.
First, remember that to a non-pilot, it's enough excitement just being up in the air, off the ground, especially since someone they know, you, are at the controls. You don't need to do anything else for your passenger to be really thrilled. Think of this flight as a sales flight. You're trying to convince a non-pilot that flying with you in the future will be fun, interesting, and safe. So pick a day when the weather is good. You want a bright, cheerful day, not a gray and rainy one, and not a bumpy or overly windy day. And make sure you both have the time to make it a relaxed experience. What's particularly special for a non-pilot, and something they'll remember and talk about for a long time, is flying over their own house or business or school or other personally significant place. Another great choice of where to fly is over prominent local landmarks or recreation areas like beaches or parks, or even your favorite golf course. And explain what you're doing as you go along. Start with the pre-flight. Advise your passenger we're checking these things to be safe, not because it's dangerous. Let them know before you do the run-up that you're just making sure everything is working properly and that there will be an increase in the noise level. Remember, actions and noises that by now are routine to you will be unfamiliar and perhaps frightening to a non-pilot. Try to avoid areas with high traffic density. Now, this will give you more time to sightsee with your passenger and point out interesting landmarks on the ground without worrying about other airplanes. And make the flight as smooth as you can so your passenger can focus comfortably on what's outside the window instead of hanging on to the seat with a death grip because they're afraid of what's going to happen next. No one enjoys repeating an experience that made them sick. So for this first flight, for your special passenger, avoid abrupt maneuvers like stalls and steep turns.
Now, a common question from nervous flyers is, what happens if the engine quits? Most pilots hearing that question will immediately say, nothing, let me show you, then pull the throttle quickly back to idle. Don't do it. This is guaranteed to make a nervous passenger look around for a parachute and/or resolve to never again fly with such a reckless pilot. They don't understand that truly nothing will happen. But then you haven't given them much chance to know that. So don't do anything abrupt or that makes big, rapid changes in the noise level in the airplane. And resist the temptation to fly low, to do a buzz job over their home or business. It's not only illegal and dangerous, it's not conducive to a relaxed passenger who will look forward to flying with you again. Above all, don't find yourself saying the two most feared words in aviation, watch this. It's practically guaranteed to get you in trouble with either the airplane or your passenger, or more likely, with both. Now, how long should this first flight be? Well, not too long. 30 minutes or so is a good length for a first flight. Remember the show business adage, always leave 'em wanting more.
You're embarking now on the wonderful adventure of being a pilot. It's something that'll stay with you and mark you as special for the rest of your life.
As Charles Lindbergh said, science, freedom, beauty, adventure, aviation offers it all.
Through the years, you'll want to remember a famous aviation saying that goes like this. Aviation in itself is not inherently dangerous, but to an even greater degree than the sea, it is terribly unforgiving of any carelessness, incapacity, or neglect. So, have fun in your flying, and by all means, please,
stay out of the trees.